What's up, YouTube? It's Eli. Welcome back to the channel for another video. Now, I don't normally do gear review, but I may just have to do one for this one. So earlier this year, around February, I was just scrolling through YouTube, and there was this one specific microphone preamp just teasing me on the timeline. Now, at first, I kept ignoring it, and I kept on moving past it, kept refreshing my timeline to see new videos, and for some reason, that one mic preamp was always there. And eventually, I did what every normal person would have done. I just continued to ignore it. And next thing I know, I checked my email, and there was a receipt in there for my order online for that preamp. Nah, I'm just messing. But after this preamp kept on popping up on my timeline, I eventually just clicked on it, and I was impressed on that video. And I watched another, and then I watched another, and then I watched another. And after watching a few videos, I eventually just went online and placed an order for it. The weird thing about this preamp was that there's not much videos about how good it was on rap vocals or singing vocals. The only videos that kept popping up were how good it was for voiceover or live stream. And I thought maybe I could use it for this channel. So I went ahead and placed the order, and when it came in, I didn't make any videos for about 2 months. And when I eventually started making videos again, I didn't use it. So since February till now, it's just been sitting in my rack, and I never used it. But lately, I started thinking about selling it. And a couple of days ago, I started working on a course, and I thought, what better time to use it? So I decided to give it a try. And unfortunately, it didn't end up working out. But it's not because I was getting like a bad quality audio from it or anything like that. Actually, I was very impressed to how it was working out. The only issue is where my rack is situated. I can't really access it to dial in as I go. So I can't really use it to do the type of videos that I wanted to do with it. So because of that, again, it went back to just sitting there and not being used. So back to selling it. And today I was just sitting in the studio, and something told me to, hey, try it on something else. I know there's not a lot of videos out there on how to use it on singing or how to use it on rap vocals or anything that has to do with like a record or a song, but I decided to try it anyways. So I pulled up a song that I'm working on and decided to run the lead vocal through it, and to my surprise, it worked really well. So I think I'm gonna hang on to it and try it out on more mixes and eventually try to incorporate it into my tracking sessions. But for now, I don't really know exactly how it's gonna work into my workflow, so I have to find a way to fit it in. But as I was processing that vocal through it, I thought it would make a great video for you guys. So here we are, DBX 286S. We're about to jump in and take a look at how I used it into this mix. But before we do that, if you find this content to be useful, make sure to drop a like and comment down below to show your support to this channel. And if you're new, don't forget to hit on the subscribe button and turn on the notification for more videos like this. In the description, I'm going to have a few affiliate links. If you guys want to support the channel, make sure to click on them when you need to make a purchase. And in return, we will get a small commission, which is going to go back into this channel. I really appreciate you guys' support. So let's get back into the video. Right now, let's head over to the computer, and I'm gonna show you guys the vocal that I'm about to run through this preamp. But right now, I'm gonna keep everything on bypass mode so you guys can hear the raw vocal that we are about to run through this preamp. All right, so let's head over to the computer to see what's going on. This is the vocal that I'm gonna be running through the DBX 286S. This is it raw right now, and afterwards, I'm gonna show you guys what it sounds like with the DBX on.
This how we live. Where I'm from, we don't take anything for granted.
So that was the vocal raw being ran into the DBX 286S. Everything was on bypass mode, so the vocal was just basically making a round trip from Pro Tools, run through the DBX and back into Pro Tools. I'm about to do a A/B comparison where I'm gonna play the vocal raw and then I'm gonna engage the compressor so you guys can see what it's actually doing to the vocal. And then I'm gonna take you guys to the compressor so you can see all the different features that it has. But for now, here's the A and B comparison from the vocal raw and processed.
This how we live. Where I'm from, we don't take anything for granted. If you know, you know. Yeah, they say the root of evil is a money. This how we live. Where I'm from, we don't take anything for granted. If you know, you know. Yeah, they say the root of evil is a money. This how we live. Where I'm from, we don't take anything for granted. If you know, you know. Yeah, they say the root of evil is a money. This how we live. Where I'm from, we don't take anything for granted. If you know, you know. Yeah, they say the root of evil is a money. This how we.
All right, so that was the A/B comparison. What do you guys think? Do you think the DBX 286S fits in the home recording studio world? Do you think it's good on record? Or should we stick to what everybody's saying about it, use it for live streaming and voiceover work? Before I take you guys to the DBX 286S to see what all the different features it has to offer are, let me show you guys the signal chain that I had to record this vocal. And then you guys can tell me if you would rather stick to that signal chain or if you would maybe consider using the DBX 286S as an option. I am using the Apollo X6 as my audio interface, and for this song, I was using their Unison preamp technology to record. The preamp I was using is the UA610B, and I had a LA2A Legacy Edition on there also to catch the peaks. That was the signal chain. What would you guys have done? Would you stick to this current signal chain, or would you consider using the DBX 286S as an option? This is my rack, and above the interface, you can see the DBX 286S. It is a full channel strip. It has a preamp and has a compressor, has a de-esser, an equalizer section, and Expender Gate, and finally it has the output section. So on the preamp location, of course, like your typical preamp, you have your gain, and next to that you see a very minimal LED indicator indicating your gain value, and next to that you have the phantom power for your condenser microphone. And then next to that, there is a 80 hertz high pass filter. Moving on, you see that red light. It's a processor bypass button. And next to that is the compressor section. And it's not like your typical compressor. It has a drive and a density knob. The compressor, if I'm understanding correctly, it has a preset threshold, and you drive the signal into it. And as you drive the signal into it more, it starts to control the dynamic range between your peaks and your low signals. And the density is more like a release knob. All the way to the right is the fastest, and all the way to the left is the slowest. Next to that, you have the gain reduction indicator LEDs to show you how much compression is happening. Next to that, you have a de-esser. Now, I don't think I would ever use the de-esser into a tracking session, but it's there as an option for those of you who's going to be doing live streaming. I heard it's great. And next to that, there is a EQ. Now, it's not called an EQ. It's called enhancer. It only has two knobs, a low frequency knob and a high frequency knob. or as they call it, a low frequency detail and a high frequency detail. And the closest EQ that I can think of that kind of acts like it would be the Pultec EQ. Just imagine this one having a whole lot less functionality. The only thing you can do is boost the lows and boost the highs. And I think it attenuates at certain frequencies, but I don't know exactly if it actually does that. Yeah, so again, I haven't really played with it much to know exactly how it works. Yeah, that's that. And next to that, we have the Expender Gate, which actually works pretty well. It only has 2 knobs, a threshold, and a ratio, but it works pretty well. So far, at least from what I can tell, it seems like those 2 knobs are enough for you to just get rid of any low rumbles that might be going on in the area. And finally, we are at the gain, the output gain, to control the overall volume after all the processing is done. So this is the DBX 286S. You guys let me know what you think about it, and is it something that you would consider getting, or if you would just not use any processing at all on the way in. All right, guys, that is it for the video. Let me know down in the comments below, what would you have done? Would you consider getting the DBX 286S as a preamp in your studio? Thanks again for watching the video. Remember to drop a like and comment down below to show your support to the channel. If you're new, don't forget to hit on the subscribe button and turn on notification for more videos like this. And I will see you guys next time in the next video.